Okay, hello folks. This this smiling face is our good friend Joram, and we got a lot closer to Joram this time. We went to the Nile porch, we spent a lot of time, we played some games. So I'd say this year was a big year for us to get to know Joram better. And he's always been one of my favorite correspondents. He writes the most interesting letters. And he always asks good questions, and he's a good reader. I like that a lot. A little quiet to talking, but very good writing, very good reading, okay? So I want to thank him for this delayed interview. We were supposed to do it last night, but we ran out of sunlight, and then we ran out of, then the joggies didn't have any power. So they came over specifically to give an interview last night. Didn't happen. Back today. Okay, now there's a big bee I hope goes away. There he is. Okay. So, there are people, though, who will watch this video who have never seen you before. So I would like you to introduce yourself to that person who's never seen you before, never met you, and tell them your full African name, your age, and I'll give a hint. You just finished Senior 6, correct? No? I'm sorry, you're going into Senior 6. You're going into Senior 6, right. So you've just completed Senior 5.
Yeah.
Okay. And you switched schools, right? Because you're Baloba now.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. But they want to hear you. They don't want to hear me. So tell me, my friend, again, for that person who's never met you before, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Kalumba Joram.
Now you have to speak up pretty loud because the camera doesn't have the best microphone.
Okay. I'm Kalumba Joram, and I have 18 years. I'm going to just have 19 years. And I started at Baloba.
Now, when do you turn 19?
In July.
In July, okay.
Next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so keep going.
Yeah. And I like a lot of things, like reading, writing, playing games, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Now, having only 1 year left of high school,
Yeah.
what kind of subjects do you like to study in high school?
I've already chosen the subjects.
And what is that?
Physics, math, and TD.
Physics, math, and what?
Technical drawing.
I can't hear you.
Technical drawing.
Technical drawing.
Yeah.
Physics, math, and technical drawing. All right. Well, maybe I told you this before. I studied physics when I was in college.
Yeah.
So I know some of that. What are you learning in physics?
We learn a lot of things. We learn mechanics.
Mechanics?
Yeah. We have.
Well, let me just stop there. When I learned physics, when we said mechanics, it was like gravity and the moon going around the sun, or the moon going around the earth, pulleys, physical movement.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's what you mean by mechanics?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what else do you learn besides mechanics, though?
Besides, let me see.
Do you learn about electricity?
Yeah.
What about electricity?
Electricity, magnets.
Okay, electricity and magnetism.
Yeah. There is.
Did they teach you the history of electricity at all? Because the two men who in America were really important were George Westinghouse and Nikola Tesla. Do they teach you about those guys at all? Okay, all right.
Just teach us that they generate hydroelectric power and so on.
Okay, so they teach you about alternating current.
Yeah.
Okay,
Direct current.
and direct current.
Yeah.
All right. What else do they teach you in physics?
But there are a lot of things that they teach me, and I.
Well, yeah, at that stage they're teaching about a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Do they teach you about electrons?
Yeah.
So how big is an electron?
They teach me about. Let me see. I can't tell.
It's very small.
Yeah. Not very small.
An electron.
Yeah. Look, it's a very small thing, but the topic of electron is not small.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But the electron itself is very, very tiny,
Yeah.
and it goes around the nucleus, right?
Yeah.
And what's in the nucleus? There's two kinds of particles in the nucleus. Do you remember what they are?
Yeah.
What are they?
There is proton
Yeah?
and
Neutron. Very good. Proton and a neutron. So the proton has a +1 charge, and the electron has a -1 charge. And what charge does the neutron has? No charge. That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, all right. I'm getting convinced that they're teaching you some good physics. Okay. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. I know you're really good. You like to video games and things like that. Do you play sports though?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I play sports like
What?
football,
Football
volleyball.
and volleyball. So you're quite tall. So you'd probably be pretty good at volleyball. What's your favorite?
Football.
Football. So what position do you play?
Forward.
4. Is that a midfielder? I don't know. What's a 4?
Striker.
Oh, you're a striker. Okay. Because your brother's a striker too. But he was 10. You're 4 and you're a striker, and he's a 10 and he's a striker?
Not strikers. Okay. Forwards, they play strike. And striking, it will be according to the formation of the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 4-4-2, then they have 2 strikers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It will be according to the formation of the coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh dear. Here comes the goose fight again. Now we gave you a book. Actually, we gave you 2 books, right? You asked about the book called Mata Hari. Remember, in your letter, I told you about the character named Mata Hari, and then you wrote back and said, "Oh, I'd like to read about Mata Hari." So we gave you a book on Mata Hari, but we also gave you this book called Q&A, which was made into the movie Slumdog Millionaire. And this is a fully adult book, and it was written by a man who was from India. So there's going to be some stuff in there about India that you won't understand. I didn't understand it. But it's basically understandable. But you read the first chapter and you think you can read this, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So our deal was we would give you Q&A, but it's basically 10 short stories, 11 short stories is what it really is. And so the deal is that you're going to, in your next letter, tell me which short stories you like the best.
Yeah.
All right? Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. The one that has to do with voodoo is my favorite. Do you know what voodoo is? Voodoo is, some people would call it a religion, but it's really not a religion. But it's the belief that some people can put curses on other people. Now, people in Africa believe that, but also people in Trinidad. There's a little country in the Western Hemisphere. It's an island called Trinidad. And they some people believe in voodoo there also. So in this story, in India now, there's a lady from Trinidad, and she can put curses on people. And it's a very interesting story. Okay, that's my favorite, but I want to know what your favorite story is after you've read the book. Okay? All right. Now, we went to the Nile Porch. What was fun at the Nile Porch?
Everything.
Everything. Okay, well, tell me specifically.
Like go fish,
Go fish. We played go fish.
swimming.
Swimming. Had you been swimming before?
Yeah.
Okay. But was it fun to be in a pool again? Okay. All right. What else did we do?
Very fun.
What else did we do?
We went to ride bikes.
We went to ride bikes. Now, this was your second time on the bikes, right? So you were more experienced. And we only had 5 guys this time, not 16. So everybody else says it was a lot more fun. Was it? What was fun? What was fun about it?
In sharp corners.
Sharp corners. And you're going fast, right? Did anybody fall off the path? No? Everybody stayed on the path, huh? Okay, well, that's good. Do you remember we had some interesting food? Some new food for you? Do you remember anything interesting? What do you remember?
Pork ribs.
The what? Pork ribs. Okay. All right. Great. And then we also went on a boat ride? Yeah. So we had a lot of fun. Okay. So here's your opportunity to say hello to Papa Gary and all the people in Olive Branch Ministries who love you and support you. So if you want to say something to them, here's your chance. But speak up. We've got these goose in the back, and they want to take the stage.
Hello, Papa. Hello, all of you in America and also, let me say, all other continents watching this video. We thank you very much for everything you have done for us. We don't know how much we are going to thank you, but we had a lot of fun with you. Thank you. I would wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay, well, he's wishing you a Merry Christmas over the goose. Oh dear. All right. So here's the chance. Why don't you wave goodbye and wish Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy ever after.
Happy ever after. That's great.